Today's story comes to you from this topic, always hit the more button. So try and guess, you good listeners at home, what kind of venture might this be? Here are some clues. Big name investors include conservative billionaire Peter Thiel, Saudi Prince Khaled bin Al-Walid Al Saud, perfect accent, and Donald Trump Jr. So start thinking, have you got any guesses? I know you will, but you're not allowed to talk. It's got to be hard. Okay, this might help. Here's a statement accompanying the announcement of funding for this new venture. This is about excellence, innovation, and American dominance on the world stage. Something the MAGA movement is all about. So you're probably starting to coalesce an idea here. Another clue? The future of sports is here. We are on a mission to redefine superhumanity through science, innovation, and sports. So yes, you all guessed it, and I know Will guessed it listening to me. It's the Enhanced Games. It's a startup that plans to hold an Olympic-style competition in May of 2026 in Las Vegas.
It's time for a little bit of science.
But not too much.
I'm Will Grant, an Associate Professor in Science Communication at the Australian National University.
And I am Roderick G. Lamberts. I'm a 30-year SciComm veteran with the mind and indeed the emotional capacity of a 15-year-old boy.
And as well as Rod's always hit more story, we've also got for you No They Fucking Didn't.
I've got a little tale on how you really should science.
I've got a big is it ethical question.
No one cares about that. And also, I'm going to do a fun with animals, and the only way you can tell if they're having fun is ask them.
Finally, wow, payment helps.
Since when? When does money matter? What are you going to tell me?
This story is entitled No They Fucking Didn't.
Don't I get to guess?
You may have some friends out there, listener, you may have some friends out there who like to drink the milk that is raw. You know, comes fresh from a cow, possibly straight from the nipple, or, you know, maybe you've got it in the fridge, but it hasn't gone through that magical process of pasteurization.
Did you say pasteurization?
Pasteurization. I've told you about milk pus long ago.
I don't want to let us forget that. Let's keep the dream alive. Is it too soon for me to say I used to talk to someone years ago who was very into raw milk, and one of the things they told me was, oh no, it doesn't go off.
It is a food substance.
No, it doesn't go off.
It definitely does.
If it's processed, it goes off. But if you leave the raw milk in a container on your kitchen bench, it doesn't go off.
Well, that is incorrect. That is incorrect. Just to give you a little, not really an analogy, but milk is made for making life. Like we mammals.
So if I drink milk, I get pregnant.
Not quite.
Oh.
No, but it's close. It's close. We mammals have said, you know what, we need a food to feed babies when they can't really handle other stuff. Let's get some milk. And it turns out that milk, because of that, is really great for growing things. Milk will grow bacteria quite a lot. Do not put your raw milk, do not put your regular milk on the bench and just leave it there.
No, good bacteria that protect it from going off.
But amongst the mythology of the raw milk drinkers, yes, there are things like, no, it doesn't go off. But also, one of the classic ones is, it was all fine in the olden days. You know, on Grandma's farm, we'd get the milk from the cow, and we'd drink milk fresh from the cow. It didn't go through no factory, no government intervention, no public health inspector.
We ate rotting meat and everyone was fine. I'm alive. That's proof that they didn't die before they could procreate. Everything's absolutely fine. We didn't have medicines then. We didn't need medicines. Humanity survived and, in fact, is thriving.
There's actually 3 interesting flaws in that logic.
Okay.
One is just because it didn't hurt them doesn't mean it didn't hurt someone else. You know,
yes.
we've got survivor bias. If it killed 10% of the population but it didn't kill your grandfather, doesn't mean that it didn't kill 10% of the population.
Grandpa smoked 119 cigars a day. He lived to 1,000. Therefore, cigarettes aren't bad for you.
So inherently, the people that lived are the ones. So we've got to be careful of that.
100%.
2, you know, people that say it didn't hurt me none. I always love this. When people say, you know, I got beaten up as a kid and it didn't hurt me none. It's like, are you sure?
I got punched in the kidneys all the time. I still pee out of one side of my bits.
Sure. Like there are plenty of times I'm like, oh, dude, you do look hurt. You do look hurt.
It don't hurt me. Oh.
Not to be mean.
That's not being mean. That's being actually quite compassionate.
But anyway, I just wanted to cite my sources here. I was watching a video from Farm to Tabor, and there is one more flaw. It's total fucking bullshit. So while pasteurization was invented by Louis Pasteur in 1863, ideas of heating things to make them more sterile go a fair bit back. Like, he got in there and he was like, I own this thing. And it's like,
no, you don't.
Oh, dude.
You nicked it.
Dude, a lot of people had been heating things to make them sterile.
I thought of washing
quite some
first.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, like there are stories going back to, like, there are Chinese monks in like the 12th century or something like that that are heating things to sterilize them. In the 20th century, the 19th century, the 18th century, there is a lot of evidence of people boiling milk. People boiling milk that comes from the cow and goes into those little kids that this is great, fresh from the cow. And you can see their mother or their grandmother going,
no.
Yes, darling, fresh from the cow.
Yeah.
Because, there's a couple of... The first one...
I never heard this. This is excellent.
There's a whole bunch of devices called milk boilers.
What do they do? What are they for? Why would I buy one?
They look like a saucepan with a lid on it and a bit of,
So I got a cupboard full of milk boilers already.
There you go.
That's excellent.
But it's a specially made device so that the bubbles will come up different from water. But they've existed for quite a long time. Okay. It was also taught in home economics classes throughout all of these places. Like, it's like people shared ways to boil milk and what you need to do because you need to be near it and you need to stir.
I just actually called milk boilers.
Yeah. They existed.
I'll have you know this never happened before. What's that? Nothing to do with it. It's just ridiculous.
And third, there's a whole bunch of letters between women of the 19th century, 18th century saying, I'm sick of boiling the milk, I'm all of this. You can look at Wikipedia. Milk boiling was practiced for a long time in the United Kingdom before being introduced to the colonies in America in 1773. People have been boiling milk for a long time. So this is just a little story about memory holing things. We forget things that we did as a practice.
Yes.
In part because those kids of that time, they didn't pay attention to mum's boring chores. And yes, it was. Let's assume it was very gendered labour. Like it was the women doing. And also, let's assume also those women are like, the instant they don't have to do it anymore, they're buying milk from the shop.
Yeah, stop. One thing I don't have to do.
One thing I don't have to do. Yeah. And I won't even talk about it. Like who's going to go, remember those glorious times when we boiled the milk?
Or when we had the mangle in order to squeeze the water out of our clothes for 4.5 hours.
To put your fingers into.
Yeah, and get forearms like Popeyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about those things anymore because what's to talk about? And so people just completely forgot. So look, there you go. Whenever some ding-dong raw milk drinker says, but we used to drink milk fresh from the cow all the time, probably it was boiled.
So I'm going to tell you how, in the olden days, we knew how to really science. Commit.
I think we did, yes.
1978, olden days. Anatoly Bugorsky. He's a physicist.
Oh, my God.
Do you know him?
I do.
You're going to love. Well, then you're going to know this.
I love this guy.
So he was inspecting a faulty detector inside the Soviet Union's most powerful particle accelerator at the time, Institute of High Energy Physics.
I love this guy.
He's a legend. If he's still alive, we'll find out. So yeah, Institute of High Energy Physics. It's a 1.5 kilometer long particle accelerator called the U-70 synchrotron.
They name him such cool names.
It really rolls off the tongue. What's this one?
U-70.
U-70.
We have beat 69 before.
Yeah.
Now number 70.
69 for some reason distracted people. Not much work got done.
I'm just trying to think about Soviet 69s. Like, I mean, obviously...
Very pragmatic.
Obviously, they did.
Should we each genitals in others' mouths? I am very tired. Been at the synchrotron all day. Let us mouth gens. Not individually, because take too long. So anyway, the U-70, because they got over the 69. So there's a glitch, and it needed eyeballing. As he stuck his head into the enormous machine to inspect it...
Don't stick your head in machine.
Look at particles. He was struck in the head by a proton beam travelling at close to the speed of light. We've all been there.
Look, I'm struck by things travelling at the speed of light all the time, but not a whole proton
Those are
beam's
thoughts.
worth.
Those are thoughts, though.
No, I mean like from the sun and shit.
Oh, they are photons, just not as concentrated.
Not as concentrated.
Yeah. So apparently several safety mechanisms had failed is a great quote.
Look,
Oops.
1970s Russia. I know it's better than 1930s Russia and 1950s Russia.
Sure.
But I'm not imagining it as the land of safety.
No. However, today, just fine.
So what were the safety protocols?
Well, this I don't know. There wasn't clear because there appear to have been quite a few, but the accidents apparently, it exposed him to levels of radiation between 200,000 and 300,000 rads. So that is 600 times-ish lethal human dose of
600
radiation.
times?
Only 600.
Sometimes though, I mean, we have talked in the past about many of these people that eat a lump of plutonium and go, oh, I've had 800 times the, like...
Yeah, and look at me, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I drank raw milk too, I'm fine.
Maybe that's what fixed it. I don't know if those doses are hard science.
In this case, he got a beam of it, not his whole body awash in it. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe he wasn't, fully Hulk radiated. So anyway, of course, Bogosky lived, which is one of the miracles of all this. But sadly, the details of his accident, they weren't particularly clear because they were kept very secret, Soviet Union secrets. So there was one single grainy photograph that showed, roughly speaking, the course of the ray through his swollen noggin.
So is it an X-ray?
No, it's an actual photograph.
Oh
it's
my
just like
God,
literally,
that is so good.
I mean, it's not great printing, but he doesn't look great.
You can see on there, like, so the back of his head's got like a scar in his hair, and then just near his nose is like a blood spot, and they've drawn a line going, proton beam went through scar, through brain, into nose there.
It's not excellent. I mean, look, my printer's not the most high-quality printer, but it's still, you get the gist. People got this photo, and they couldn't really tell much from it. But just recently, from this grainy pic, some clever buggers did a 3D rendering.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they wanted to get more detail. So what was good about it was this photo is slight. It's not quite side on. There's a slight rotation of his head, which apparently helped do the rendering to get a clear image of, as they put it, how they could reconstruct the line of damage.
Yes, indeed.
So it looks like the proton beam trajectory, it crosses, it goes up his schnoz.
Oh, I thought it went in the back of his head.
No, I think it went up his nose first and then passed out through the back.
Okay.
So it goes through the bony labyrinth, as it were, of his left ear, passes mostly through the temporal lobe. Oh, no, you're right. It might come the other way. Through the thing, past his ear, close to the point at which it meets the occipital lobe, which we all know is very important. What does this mean? It makes sense of the epileptic seizures that he had after he had the accident. Also, the fact that his left ear basically stopped working.
Yeah, okay.
Deaf as a post. Deaf as a post. And also he experienced numbness on the left side of his face, probably due to damage of that before it popped out his nose.
In my head,
yeah. No, and you're right. It came out his nose, not in his nose. I got confused. So it's also, they say, noteworthy that despite the injury occurring in a region associated with language, in the temporal lobe, at the boundary of the occipital lobe, which is related to vision, the accident, other than making him tired and the numbness and stuff.
It hit the sleepy centre.
Yeah, apparently it made him quite fatigued. And other than that, it didn't significantly impair his perception or intellectual faculties.
That's awesome, because I confess I have loved the story of the dude getting hit by the proton beam. But it's nice to see this is like old mate with the railroad spike from all of the psychology texts.
It's the modern version
of what 18th century.
John
or something.
Gage or something like his name was. Yeah.
So he got the railroad spike straight through the head.
Yeah, he tamped down on some dynamite and blew a crowbar through his noggin.
Who doesn't do that often?
I don't do it often, but once or twice. You got to know.
Was it a full crowbar? My crowbar is quite a big thing to get through your noggin.
Well, his is an old school one, so they're probably more expensive to make them large. Yeah, like one of those lean ones. But what I love about this, so not only did he survive, after the accident, he finished his workday, which is superb.
Very Soviet.
And then didn't get medical attention till the next day.
No, maybe he's thinking a little bit of blood. Fine. Like, this is classic.
I can still move mostly both my arms.
This is such a classic communist story as well. And do we know that's true? It's just like old mate, I think it was Chairman Mao was inspecting the dam building or something like that. And the concrete wasn't mixing fast enough. So he jumped into the concrete to mix it himself.
Flailing.
Like, it's such a, maybe it's true. And maybe that's the level of fervour that people had for work in these communist societies, but also might be some propaganda.
Oh, it might be he's got nothing better to do, because apparently a year and a half later, he finally goes back to work properly.
Oh, so he finished the day, then took a year and a half
Then had
off.
to have a little bit of a
Finish
rest.
the day, then take it up. I think
smart.
that's weird.
Then completed a PhD.
Good on you.
And was in the job until he was 77.
Huh.
So as I said at the top, that is how you science. So we often talk about fun with animals. And, whether it's good for them or not. We've gotten to a point where maybe, if we're having fun with animals, we don't know if they're having fun, but maybe we'll be able to ask. So 2024, Cola Doolittle Challenge for interspecies two-way communication was launched. The challenge for interspecies two-way communication. So it's a mix between a foundation by Jeremy Coller and Tel Aviv University. So there's a professor, Yossi, he's at Tel Aviv. He's the chair of this prize committee. He also co-authored a study which recently developed machine learning algorithms to translate bat squeaks. And it got them to at least be able to identify the subject of the squabbles between said bats.
That's mine. That's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Mine. Me bat, mine.
What was it? It was a Gary Larson cartoon. He said all dogs, all they ever say is hey. Different version of hey with different tone.
Yeah.
We've got it. Like, we know what they're saying. It's,
Yeah.
it's not rocket science.
Well, I mean, we talked about ethics recently, and that might come into this. So there are other efforts that have tried to include similar approaches. So algorithms to detect the emotion of pigs and their grunts. The squeaks of rodents to identify when they're stressed. I can answer that. If they're squeaking, they're stressed.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, rodents, I think, are mostly stressed. I think that's their baseline position.
Smaller animal you are, you got to be stressed about the world.
And when your job is basically to scrounge things and try not to get eaten every time you go to
elephants
eat.
and blue whales,
Less stressed.
low stressed. Like, they're just
Well, a lot of social commitment, though.
Maybe.
Pressures to conform. So the prizes for cracking the code from this challenge. The grand prize is an award of either $10 million US, $10 million is an equity investment, or you get a $500,000 cash prize. So you either get an investor of $10 million.
Oh, an investor into your company.
Yeah, or you get slapped $500,000.
Yeah, okay.
And there are smaller annual prizes of $100K to help researchers come up with, as they put it, scientifically rigorous models and algorithms for coherent communication with non-human organisms until interspecies communication is achieved. So that's a big thing. They say, look, we're open to any organism, comms, and any modality from acoustic communication in whales to chemical communication in worms.
I love it.
I've never thought of chemical.
No,
No, I mean, I thought
And
of...
we could talk to trees too.
Like that I thought of. I knew this happens, but the idea that you would somehow find the algorithms or the machine...
Oh, I think this is one of the few areas where I'm like, AI, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this, and then we'll be saddened because their conversation is not rich.
Mine. Yeah, this does come up. I agree. Like, it's... I'm torn on this, but their ultimate goal, they do say AI, look, it's not critical to use AI, but it's highly likely to be helpful.
Yeah.
So the ultimate goal, they say, is develop a system where animals do not realize they're communicating with humans. So they've gone Turing test on this. You want to get to the point where allegedly the animal can't tell it's communicating with a mediated life form or with some other creature. It's got to be that good.
It's like it's communicating with a member of its species.
A native speaker, as it were.
Because remember, there are some animals that have words for human.
They have words for human?
Yeah, I told you a couple of weeks ago, man.
That was ages ago.
Didn't you listen?
I never listen. I'm all about output. So they're talking about, this idea that you can somehow create a conversation with a non-human that they can't tell the difference. So they're hoping to announce the grand prize in a couple of years. So this was launched into 2024. They don't expect it to suddenly, the grand prize to immediately be
No, this is a big challenge.
It is a big challenge. So small prize criteria, things like this. You have to have approaches that are non-invasive and applicable across a wide range of contexts. So like grabbing a dolphin and putting a chip in its brain doesn't count.
Okay, yep.
Which is fair enough. It's got to be based on normal communication signals of the animals, like the range of the way they do it.
We can't train it to... Well, no, fair.
Yeah.
Training gorillas to sign language.
The results of which have not been controversial whatsoever.
No, indeed. But at least there have been efforts in that direction.
They have hands and they use hands, so it's not unreasonable. It also has to allow researchers to measure the response of the animal and your attempt. So you've got to somehow be able to measure the communication attempts in terms of the responses of the animal, which is fair. So the team adds, the prize could have important ramifications for the understanding of animal sentience, and hence, I love this, provide support for animal rights. What I really enjoy is, and you kind of hinted at this, the assumption that communicating with animals won't reveal that they're freaking monsters, like they might be horrible or stupid as hell.
Okay.
In all through this, there's this sweet naivety, like we have to respect their dignity.
What, you think it's all like, I want to eat that, I want to take that, I want to eat you.
You imagine talking to dolphins, right? Even amongst some very sophisticated and genteel communications I've had this week with esteemed scientists, they're like, yeah, so we took this family out to see the dolphins and it all looked very good because these 4 dolphins were interacting. We didn't mention that it was 1 female and 3 males trying to rape the female, because that's just what dolphins do. And she sort of smiles politely and wanders off. And I thought, yeah, good point.
Ah, well.
So, I mean, the idea that their morality will be the same as ours or matter at all is interesting. Detractors to this say, look, I think no amount of AI programming can substitute for long-term detailed knowledge of the society and blah, 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 blah.
Indeed.
It does matter. A professor of psychology at the Uni of Pennsylvania says, look, trying to uncover the meaning of a baboon's grunt, a dolphin's whistle, or an elephant's rumble without knowing the social background takes years. He likens it to jumping to page 137 of Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, that's a good page, though.
I know. That's the one where Elizabeth Bennet says no to Mr. Darcy.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah.
I'll bet it is. And that's
It's stirring.
Lizzie Bennet. Oh, you're so strong, but
What are
so
you
wrong.
doing?
If only she knew how good Mr. Darcy's heart was.
Exactly. So if you just suddenly dived in there, you wouldn't know the context.
No.
This is exactly the same as communicating with animals, apparently. Anyway, we fast forward to 2025. 20 teams have entered the competition.
Hey, good. Awesome.
So this is a year later from when it was first kicked off. There were 4 finalists. They included people who were looking at comms in nightingales.
I like how you say comms.
That's how I
Just
roll.
Comms.
Sorry,
Yeah.
communication. Sorry. We're going to do some animal comms. We're going to get in a PR
I
agency
do,
to communicate with the animals.
social media. I'm pretty good at LinkedIn and animal comms.
I can do baboons and puppies, but not much else. I'm not good with this. So that's why they did
press
nightingales.
releases.
So nightingales, cuttlefish,
Cuttlefish.
I know, which to me are always just those bits of white shit.
Oh, but
you
you
find on
never
the beach.
know. I mean, a lot of these animal researchers is like, why do you choose the fruit fly? Oh, because it fucks a lot
And dies fast.
And dies fast. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
So
And
cuttlefish.
it could be easy to hold into a tank. Like it could be.
Also, I'm guessing the ethics thing, like we don't care if it's okay to hurt fish because they don't have any feelings.
As Kurt Cobain said to the ethics committee.
Exactly. He was wearing that old jumper and those glasses he got from the op shop at the time.
Yeah, but he would have looked very scholarly in those
Oh, it
glasses.
would have worked. It
Like
would
I
have
would have been like, Kurt, be my PhD advisor. Come on, man.
I don't think you would have gone as far as you have. The other one was marmosets.
Marmosets.
Marmosets. But we have a first winner of a small prize, 2025, May this year. A team from Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute collaborated with the Sarasota Dolphin Research Program.
Oh, I'm guessing it's dolphins then.
How'd you know? Led by a person called Layla. She'd been studying bottlenose dolphins for more than 4 decades, so they got acres of data.
Yep.
They used non-invasive technologies, so that was part of their condition. You can't be invasive. Hydrophones, digital acoustic tags attached by suction cups to the animals.
Nice.
That's a hell of a suction cup to stick it to a dolphin and it stays. With all the water
Suction
and
cup technology has developed quite a lot recently.
since I was a boy.
It has. It really has.
Over 40 years.
We'll do a whole episode just on suction cup technology.
That's it, 5 angles. So they recorded sounds like a name-like signature whistles of certain animals that were identified regularly with a particular kind of whistle. So like a name.
Oh, yeah, they use
like a name,
names,
yeah. And non-signature whistles, which are about, they say, 50% of the animal's calls, but poorly understood. So we've done a lot of research to know we don't know what that is, which is funny. Anyway, they found there are at least 20 types of non-signature whistles that multiple dolphins use. So same kind of non-signature whistle.
Things that
non-names.
Wordy sort of things.
Yeah, that others have used. It's not just one dolphin going, "Prut," a whole bunch of them go, "Prut."
They don't sound like that at all.
2 types of these were shared by at least 25 individuals. So there's a shared tonal
vocabulary.
link. Yeah, some kind of vocab. So the researchers played these sounds back to the dolphins and they found one of them triggered avoidance in the animals.
Oh, okay.
Might be an alarm.
Yeah.
Another triggered a range of responses. Could be a sound made by dolphins when they encounter something unexpected.
What's the orgy one? Like they go into a wuzzle. Like how do you?
I love that word.
Like is there a command? It's like go.
It's not weird and rapey. It's a wuzzle. So the Israeli academic who's part of the board, he said, look, we're mostly impressed by the long-term huge data set these people created.
Yep.
That's the critical thing. And we're sure it'll lead to more research. And that's great. And the judges were also impressed by the non-invasive techniques, which is great. But of course, we have a professor of animal-computer interactions. She says, you know, the standard discipline, animal-computer interactions. I think one of the main benefits of these advances is that they could finally demonstrate animals' communication systems can be just as sophisticated and effective for use in the environments in which their users have evolved as human language in our species. So it could be like people and stuff.
No, I don't believe so.
You think animals are dumber than us?
I do. Dolphins may be pretty decent, but like if they can recognize themselves in a mirror, they can use names.
Yeah.
They have culture. There's a bunch of other animals that are of that sort of thing. They can use tools. Colour me surprised if dolphins are talking about things much more complicated than food, sex, territory.
And fun.
Fun,
Like,
sure.
woo!
Yeah, sure.
I want to totally disagree with you, but I don't necessarily, because I love that these are often people who critique others for anthropomorphizing.
Yeah.
And then they subliminally
No, go all the way.
anthropomorphize the shit out of this.
Even the ants. The ants have like capitalism.
They have emotions and they care. They have humility. They're deserving of respect.
Oh, no, they're deserving of respect.
Are they?
Jesus, man. Yeah, of course they are.
Are they? I want evidence. Well, she says, when the prize is first announced, more importantly, the question is whether we will be willing to truly listen.
Oh, well. Well, do we truly listen to each other? Do we truly listen to ourselves?
Whoa.
Do we ever?
I don't know. She goes on to say, are we going to grant them the fundamental entitlements their intrinsic dignity demands? I sincerely hope so. To which I reply again, how do you know they're not fucking monsters? Imagine you translate an elephant or whatever, and it's just I want to murder everything that isn't me. Fuck you. The world is mine to abuse and use.
I would be surprised. I mean, the idea that suddenly
why not?
We translate all animals, and it turns out that they're
monsters.
They're genocidal monsters that we have to exterminate. I feel unlikely.
But I do love how many people. Their intrinsic dignity will finally reveal it, and I'm like, you don't know that. They could be dreadful.
Oh, and
why would they not be dreadful?
And look, this goes back to there's a bunch of people in a variety of places, genocide studies and others,
for example,
that we can hear the voices of other people.
Yes,
and it doesn't have to be a genocide, but there's plenty of inhumanity happening on the planet right now. We can literally hear their voices, and we don't treat them with significant dignity.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry,
yeah,
that doesn't happen just because we can hear their voice.
Yeah, suddenly we understand what they're saying. It's like, we speak a lot of languages and we still treat them like shit. It's not hard to imagine. So in the end, look, what my takeaway from this is very interesting because, for me, it's very interesting. The Dolphin Project reveals one main thing, which is basically the whole world is large language models. They're just saying the best thing about this is we get this giant database of sounds to crunch.
In fairness, that is literally a large language model. Like, they don't have associations. That's the challenge.
Yeah. But I agree with you too. But it's just interesting that for all this other dignity and blah, 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 it's just bottom line is we get this huge database of stuff that we can squeeze through AI and find the patterns.
I love it.
I'm not against that.
Oh, I love that.
But the whole assumption, the beautiful human dignity of the animal species, nah, I'm not convinced. So up the top, I started with the idea that we should always hit the more button. And we talked about the enhanced games. So the enhanced games seeks to reinvent sport with science. That's their words. And in their words in particular, we are pioneering a new era in athletic competition that embraces scientific advancements to push the boundaries of human performance. They're pioneers.
Yeah.
They're pioneers.
And particular sorts of science. So it's more your chemistry, your biochemistry.
Yeah.
Then maybe,
Not so much your robotics.
Well, not so much.
You've got to do with your human body.
Or not so much your training or your,
Or your psychiatry or any of that, really.
Yeah.
It's just like, let's beef up the beef. So basically what they're saying is we don't want to just allow performance-enhancing drugs. We want to encourage their use and celebrate their use. That's what they're really saying. Mm-hmm. So the events they're planning on having, things like this. Swimming, of course, 50-metre, Americans, but they're going with metres.
I do love that Americans are occasionally forced to use metric.
I do like that too. It's like, 50 metres, 100-metre freestyle, both, and the 50-metre and 100-metre butterfly. Like, I would love to see someone do butterfly so fast they basically like a hydrofoil across the water. That would be amazing. That's one of the events. They also, obviously, and this is one that excites me the most, weightlifting. I really want to know.
It actually excites you?
Fuck yeah. I want to see what a human body can lift. Like, I think that's amazing.
Why don't you get a forklift? Like, fuck.
Like, with only their meat. How much iron can meat lift?
What can meat?
How much iron can meat lift?
Who cares? Oh my god.
Me.
Fucking.
I thought we were friends. I thought my interests were your interests.
Are you going to
just
watch?
Out of respect.
Are you going to watch this thing?
I would 100% watch this. 100%. I would not be able to help myself. They also want to do 100-metre sprints and 110-metre hurdles.
I want the drug that helps you get better at hurdles. Because I feel like,
what is that?
I feel like, yes, you've got to go fast. There is the fastness bit, but still the getting over the hurdles. Like,
well, isn't it true though? If you run a hurdles and you smash into the hurdle, you can still, in theory, you could still win. You don't have to get over them.
It's not a have to get over competition.
So what you got to do is make it strong enough to blow through the hurdle and fast.
I think it's just annoying on your knees. Like if they were like chest height, and you could just
annoying.
Well,
my knees are a little bothered.
They're freaking trippy little. No, the problem is they fall over and they trip you because
they trip you. Yeah. So what you do is you enhance people enough that it doesn't matter. You just straight through them. So each winner would get $250,000. You don't get that in the Olympics. Also,
adoration of your nation.
I do crave that. So yeah, you also get bonuses if you get a world record. So if you get the 100-meter world record or the 50-meter freestyle world record, you get a million.
No, wait.
$1,000,000.
They're not world records.
Yes, they are. If you're faster than a human being,
No.
in the parameters of the enhanced games, you're faster than
No, you
Usain.
can in your enhanced games you can have whatever world record. They're not world record.
Puritan.
If you're like, I got a world record for swimming the fastest 50 meters
In a speedboat.
in a speedboat, like that's not a world record in swimming the 50-meter freestyle.
In a speedboat it is.
Yeah, fine. It's the world record of pretending to swim in a speedboat.
actually swimming.
Like you don't get the 50-meter freestyle
What if
world record.
the speedboat is half full of water and you're splashing your arms around?
Doesn't matter. I'm sorry. They're world records in their category.
Exactly.
And every person in the enhanced games will get a world record because this is the first time they're measured.
No, because they're competing against others.
And in fairness, they have to actually beat the regular humans at it.
Yes, they do.
But they're not.
Yeah.
They're not world records. They're, okay. They're beating world records, but they're not
In a different way.
They're not competing.
With an angle. So they get $1,000,000. You beat those world records, you get a $1,000,000. But you'd be amazed to hear that not everyone is on board with this idea.
What?
I know. I was shocked. So there's a great one here. The world, WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency. So the president recently, or at least currently, Witold Bunker, he was at a meeting of the Summer Olympics sports leaders, and he said basically the enhanced games, I love this quote, pose a threat to all that's hallowed and decent in global sport.
No, indeed.
All.
And global sport is the most decent and hallowed place known to man. Possibly
Always
only,
has been.
Possibly only trumped in hallowedness by the papacy and the Catholic Church.
You are right.
Yeah,
you are right. Anointed by God, or at least...
No, so you get the Catholic Church, and then you get
the hallowedness of global sport. And it's not quite anointed, but it sits under when the papacy are getting anointed, and they get dribbles of the ointments.
Yeah, they do. They
do.
They're ointment dribbles.
He says this initiative seeks to normalise the use of potentially dangerous drugs. Yes, he's not wrong. For the sake of the athlete health and purity of sport, of course, it must be stopped. He's serious. At the 2028 Olympic Games in LA, as they approach, we cannot allow what should be a celebration of honest sporting endeavours.
I'm with him.
It should not be overshadowed by this cynical attempt to undermine clean sport. They're going to urge the US authorities to block it. Block it.
You know what's tough? Is when there are baddies on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Olympic Federation is not the world's most honest, non-corrupt organization there. But
no, they're not.
But putting up boundaries and saying maybe we should stop the point at which giant corporations or nations, either way, can manipulate individual people into the worst things for them.
Not manipulate, incentivize.
I think the Olympics, like clearly, you look at the worst times of the Olympics. You go when East Germany won all of the gold medals, like back in 1982 or something like
Coincidence.
that. You look at their steroid program.
No, they've trained better. Everyone knows that.
Like they were hosing them with steroids.
Yeah.
And wow, they won. Have you seen the death rate from all of those athletes?
Yeah, it's like 8%.
No.
18%.
I don't know, but
It's high.
It's.
You tell me it's high. You tell me they've suffered. You tell me the side effects. Are you saying it's bad for them?
Yes.
But they get money.
Money.
Free choice, consent, money.
Yeah. Money.
American way, man.
Money keeps you alive. I'm not saying the Olympics are the good guys.
No.
But this is so much worse.
Oh, no, you're right. Like the World Anti-Doping Association, it came up in one of the stories I was reading about this. Like they're not exactly pure. They're like a whole bunch of Chinese athletes.
And you know what? It's complicated.
They chose
too.
not to test them properly, or they chose to let the like. There's a lot of
it's actually really complicated science to actually work out what's going on, and it's not beyond science, but it's. A lot of this stuff is measuring elevated testosterone or something like that. And
obviously you and I have that all the time.
No, but it's not actually measurable in the sense, it's just based on averages of what a woman or a man might have. But you're selecting people who are elite already. So it's
are not average women or men.
It's not actually simple. But getting to a place where you go all on for young and old.
But that is kind of an argument for saying fuck it then.
Look, no, there is a version of that says, okay, then we don't have to think about trans, we don't have to think about men, women, or anything. Like
just have at it.
Have at it, shoot yourself in the eyeballs and go to. Or, other way, ban all money in sport.
All money?
All money in sport.
You don't have to buy a ticket.
You're only allowed to watch community sport. That's it.
Oh, I hate you. I want to watch Australian rugby.
No, that's the other solution.
I hate your solution.
You're only allowed to watch kids' sport and community sport.
Oh, Jesus. Not only allowed, you must. You must watch 4 hours a week, otherwise you're not part of the community. You're not a good and upstanding member. Oh, God, it makes me want to cry. So United States USADA, they're people who are against stuff like this. They say, as we've repeatedly said, for all of the obvious reasons, the enhanced games or any equivalent competition is a bad idea. We really want the USA authorities to do something. We should show up and ask the Senate to do something. So we want to block. So the first world sports body that pushed back was World Aquatics. And they passed a ban on any swimmer, and I like this, who supports, endorses or participates in an event that embraces the use of these enhancements.
You don't get to compete against them.
If you even support, if you say it's cool, I'm not doing it, but it's cool if they want to, they say, no, you're out. You
Thought
cannot.
police.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, 100%.
That's how you
police.
solve problems.
Yep.
No, it's true. I mean,
Yep.
that's what 1984 told us.
And
I didn't get to the end of 1984. Who knows what
We
happens?
didn't need to. It all went
But
well. No, it got better at the end.
I think
it got
what
better
it
again.
was saying
it
is
turned into a utopia.
police the thoughts and you solve the problems.
It did. And prohibition in, obviously in America, the booze,
That's the
that
lesson.
worked. It worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Social media bans for children, it's going to work.
I'll stop.
When you ban stuff, it will work. That's how that we know this. Every example around the world where you ban stuff, people don't find workarounds and it works.
I think listener is like, what side are you on?
I know, I'm confusing. So the Enhanced Games, the founder and president of the Enhanced Games is an Aussie bloke.
Oh, is he? Who is
called
it?
Aaron D'Souza. And he reckons Olympics don't compensate their athletes fairly.
Wow.
So,
I don't know what I don't know what fair would be, but I don't doubt.
Oh,
I don't doubt.
$10 an hour, room and board.
Well, I don't doubt that a fraction of a second different, and there is a lot of money difference in you can come fourth by a very, very short amount of money, and
Yep.
there's no doors open to you.
There's not.
You get a bunch of gold medals, and there's money. It's almost like it's one of those power law industries where a lot goes to the top.
Yeah, and it's also what I like, though, coming from the point of view of someone who's trying to promote this stuff, who obviously has no fiscal interest in this at all, nothing to gain.
You?
Me. No, these guys like Aaron. To say that, oh, no, the reason we're doing this is because it's fairer to the athletes. We will compensate them fairly. It's a classic line. Oh, no. They're not being compensated fairly.
Yeah.
The immoral thing is not paying people properly. He also says athletes should have the freedom to make their own choices. And the World Anti-Doping Authority is actually an anti-science police force.
This is the consent issue, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's also their anti-science. They're not letting us use all the stuff.
What if we doped up
Anti-science.
Ewoks? Like how much can we dope up?
For an orgy?
Can we juice up some Ewoks?
Are you making it weird
I
again?
just want to juice up the Ewoks.
That's basically a grizzly. A Wookiee or a grizzly.
I don't want to have sex with a Wookiee. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't think it matters whether you want to. Wookiees aren't big on consent. Can you imagine? No, I don't care. What are you going to do? Anyway, so they also go on to say, they go on, obviously it's anti-science, it's not fair. What the Enhanced Games people, protecting athletes is our top priority.
Is it?
So they want to free them up, get them paid properly and protect them.
Indeed. Protect them from
The bad.
the rip-off of...
The rip-off of not being paid properly and not having freedom. It's very American, even though he's Australian. Every competitor will undergo rigorous, state-of-the-art medical profiling before participating in the competition.
What does that mean?
I don't know, ECG and
Why?
something up the butt.
But if you don't care, why?
They do care. They want to protect them.
But what are they doing?
No, to make sure they're healthy. Not to see if they're cheating, just make sure they're healthy.
Does it matter?
Apparently.
Like...
Did I not mention protecting athletes is their top priority?
But what is the thing that they would stop someone from competing for?
You got arrhythmia.
Oh, okay.
We don't want you to run around a track or pick up a truck because your heart will probably explode. That's what they're claiming. We will look after these people because that's all we care about. Competition will be supervised by a medical team. So don't worry.
Rules are made for good reasons. Someone's going to get hurt, and then a lot of people will get sued, and then...
Donald Trump Jr. is backing it. They got the money. It's fine.
Oh, and look, the rich people will go, not my problem.
Oopsie. Yeah. So one of the problems is, of course, by the time the games begin, all the damage that would have been wrought in training using these performance-enhancing drugs will already have started to happen.
Indeed. And there will be people that we will not see into the games because they've gone too far.
Yeah, they would have exploded. And some of the risks, here's some of the things that can happen. I mean, we've heard about these before. Risks of just taking anabolic steroids, or anabolic steroids, as I prefer to call them.
Anabolic
Steroids. And they're also illegal, so there's legal risk. Yeah, exactly, if you're juicing. They're illegal, but there's also... So many men see their breasts and prostates grow and their testicles shrink. What all men look for. I want a smaller prostate, and I want larger bourgeois. Women get deeper voices, grow body hair in places they don't want, and lose hair on places that they do, like their noggins. There are, of course, many stories about the length of the clitorati becoming quite profound with hardcore steroid use.
In fairness to the Olympics, that is not a thing that they should be measuring at all.
Well, I don't think that's a contest.
No.
Largest clitoris is not on the list, unless you're weightlifting with. Anyway, so the males and females could experience tendon tears, liver tumours, severe acne, elevated blood pressure, heart problems.
Acne?
Yeah, I know.
When will they stop?
I know.
When will they stop?
I'm really strong, but
Pimply, but how can we?
zits.
How can we sell these pimply athletes? Like,
Look how strong
I'm
he
going
is.
to put them in my car ad. I can't have a pimply athlete in my car.
What if they also issues with anger and depression. So it's not great. But whatever. So morals and stuff.
But
morals. Morals.
How many athletes are signed up for this?
2.5 million.
Million.
I have no idea. I did not find a record of who's signed up. I don't know if they actually reveal that yet. It's not till May next year.
Are there people? I mean, yeah, but May next year, if you're training,
assuming it gets there.
I mean, obviously you've been doing training for a long time before then, but May next year, you're in the
training now.
You're in the hard training phase. Surely they know. Someone knows.
No, I can imagine a lot of people turning up.
Are you saying
last
this
minute.
science podcast doesn't know how many people are signed up for the enhanced games?
And how many people are doing the roids? I know, we're garbage. It's only a little bit of science.
Yeah, well, okay.
So morals and stuff. So people argue, the records are meaningless because enhancements, as you argued earlier.
No, records aren't meaningless.
These records would be, apparently.
Yeah, they would be, yes.
I don't agree. It's still competition within parameters.
Fastest swimmer with flippers. It's like fine. Fastest swimmer with bigger flippers. Fastest swimmer with a motorboat. It's like...
I'm into it.
We have to have rules. If we don't have rules...
It's chaos. Rules control the fun. Yeah, there are a bunch of actual Olympic athletes who've come up and said, look, what message are we sending to the kids?
Oh, that's always the problem.
It's always the kids. Think about the children. These records are meaningless. Whatever they do is meaningless because they haven't trained properly. True athletes rise through grit and honour, not shortcuts and hypocrisy. Phrases like this. But freedom. As D'Souza argues. It's not just about enhancement. It's about economic freedom. It's about athletes having a choice. About breaking the monopoly that old institutions hold over human performance.
Beautiful.
So that's what it's really about. It's about, freedom, reality, and truth.
Look, seriously, I'm
so you're anti?
I'm very anti. I just feel this is another place where the Olympics isn't perfect, but I don't mind the Olympics. I like the Olympics.
Love the Olympics.
I think the Olympics is good fun. It is not perfect, and it is a long way from an even competing ground for every athlete. But you got to have something. You got to have something that looks after the athletes here, and that is like saying that athletes can earn more money. That's not.
No, it
that's
does.
Not true.
It said they'll have medical attention.
No, a bunch of athletes will go into this and not earn more money.
They'll fucking die.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, I can't help it. There's a part of my brain that goes, I just want to see what a human body can do. Regardless. I can't help myself. If it was on, I'd watch it. I'm not saying I'm a good human, but if it was broadcast, I would watch it.
Some scientists have done some science.
What?
And they've done some science about science. And their key lesson is if you pay people, it might motivate them.
To do science?
Friends out there in the scientific world, you know that peer review is one of the curses, the problems of our game.
Perfect system.
Turns out, if you're struggling to get peer reviewers, the Journal of Critical Care and Medicine said, what if we paid them $250 to review a paper?
Fine.
Turns out they got more people saying yes.
What?
And they return them faster. But weirdly, it's
No.
only a tiny amount. They went from frickin' 47.8% acceptance to 52.7% acceptance. Little fraction. And they return their reviews one day faster. So
Is that all?
If you've got a journal out there and you want to get some more reviewers,
I'd do a lot more reviewing if I was paid for it.
$250 a pop.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
I wouldn't give him a lot of review. I'd just give him a few words like, this is tops, change line 7.
This is worth $250.
Have you considered line 48?
I absolutely would.
And that shouldn't have been a but, that should have been an and. See a native speaker.
$250, please. $250,
I'll take
please.
it. I'll take it.
A little bit of science.
Is brought to you by NASA,
No.
the Australian government,
No.
and those dudes who make cars.
No.
None of those.
No, we're
None of them.
independent. We fight for the fight. We will stick it to the man and the woman that...
Yep, non-denominational. We'll stick it to anyone.
Or the aliens.
Or anything.
If they want it, depending on if they can consent. But if you've got topics,
Send it to an email address.
cheers at a littlebitofscience.com.au.
And if you want to offer us money to be represented on this show, we'll take it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.